More free and confident with my body. I've definitely struggled with a lot of body dysmorphia and been self-conscious and judging myself in a very sick, hard way. But with Cassie, I mean, everything's out there in the public and I can't really control that. So it's helped me in a therapeutic, weird way accept my body in a different way. Because even when I was younger, I had boobs in middle school and I got horribly bullied for it because no one else had gone through puberty, and so I hated my body. And so having a character like Cassie and embracing it has been really, really powerful for myself.
Okay, we already see the narrow hips, the narrow pelvis bone. The shoulders are definitely wider than the hips, and we can also see the jaw. Today's lesson is going to be on the male skull, but look at that pose. They always, I mean, does that look feminine? Just honestly, walking down the street, if you saw this person, would you think, like, dressed like this, would you think, like, what's going on? Maybe they're a celebrity. We all know celebrities look odd, but smoking gun for me. Look at the booty. If you're a guy, look at your butt. Doesn't it look the same? Because there's boobs and long hair, you're just forced to think it's feminine, but it's not. It's not.
Between male and female skulls, and the male skull has a more U-shaped jaw or mandible. The first is, and we've already seen that this is a male skull, it has a more square eye orbit. So when you look, you're going to see a more squarish appearance. But what we are talking about is more square features compared to a more rounded eye orbit. When you look at the upper edge, or what we call the superior margin of the eye orbit, we have a more blunt edge. In other words, it almost seems like it's a little bit flattened out. Like if it were clay, you'd taken your finger and rubbed it across to kind of flatten it out. Where a female margin to an eye orbit is going to be more sharply defined. It'll be thinner, as if you pinched the clay there. So flattened for the male. One is, this is the mandible, as we know. And this particular part of the mandible is called the ramus, R-A-M-U-S. And in the ramus, if it extends and is more vertical, so that this forms a more right angle here, then this is a male skull.
We heard what she said, right? Right angle. That is a right angle. Someone requested for me to do Zendaya. I'm going to do a Disney Channel themed video next week. So let me know who I should do. But is it obvious? I don't see how anyone can question this or think this is not true. I mean, there are multiple videos that you can find on YouTube. There's pictures you can find on anywhere. But I mean, it's just obvious to me. I always thought, I love this movie growing up. I always thought there was something so weird about the way Angela Bassett looked, though. Like, why was she that muscular out there, giant? That did not make sense. But now it does. It does, doesn't it? Now we've got Sweeney and Halsley. I don't know how to say that. But we can see that their jaws are angular. They're right angled. We can see their pelvis, the thick pelvis bone that's narrow. You can see the U-shaped jaw underneath Sweeney's. I don't know that chick's name. But this is just like gross. Why? Like, I don't understand how people don't see this. All people see is boobs and booty. You need to wake up from it, okay? Here's an obvious one to me, one of my favorite ones because it's just so obvious. But yeah, she's got that jaw thing going on too. Let's hear what she has to say in this interview. She literally spills
So
all.
yeah, so both sides are you then, tomboy and
yeah. I mean, just
Yeah, I mean, I might dress like a slob, but I realize I'm very much the girl. You know, it's like, I'll do my own moving of things and, as much as I can physically, but you can't get away from it. But I'm telling you, when you're in this sort of arena of this kind of clothing, when every day is spent on upkeep, it's so aggravating. I don't know how the women do it. I don't know how women do it who are always put together. I don't know how they do it. Through the years, I'd always looked for something that had a lot of physical comedy and was sort of the great fish out of water story, having to do something that they would never normally do. And I think for girls, I didn't read a lot of script for women that had that sort of humor. It was always like, we're supposed to keep it together and look relatively attractive.
True.
And I just, I said, I never was the most attractive in the first place. You could always make somebody look attractive. I'd always done roles that were, it was never the beauty queen before. And so I said, this is sort of nice because it takes a person from one end to the other end. And it just shows a side to women and men. It shows the men what women really go through, and it shows women what they really don't have to go through, and it's that sort of, yeah, exactly. At the end of this, I said, I want girls to leave and go, we don't really need to pluck that much, do we? So it's an anti-plucking film. The wardrobe people really, I've learned a lot about the tricks, because you look at people and how is it that they manage to look like this, or the waist looks so tiny? You can build a body. Yeah. You can really build a body.
I mean, you've nursed 4 kids. How can they look that
Exactly, but if you look at the olden days, look at the bones in the dresses and the things like that to accentuate the female figure. It's the same thing now.
Trying to tell us something, Sandy? You trying to tell us something? Seriously? Sandy, seriously? The angular jaw, y'all, it's just not feminine. It's really hard. It almost, her eyes kind of look like it's mocking me. It's like, you really think I'm a chick? You really think I'm a chick? Okay, this is like smoking gun for me right here. You got the right angled jaw. You got the thick neck with the, looks like she tried to shave down the Adam's apple. Look at the forearm. I mean, if you, like, I'm gonna always say this, put your finger over the head if you're watching this on your phone, and it just looks like a dude in a dress. Like Mr. E would say, a dude in a dress. You can see the bicep and the collarbone coming out of the dress. Women don't have that. We are soft. We are fluffy. This character is not that. In Bird Box, like what's going on? The eyes are hollowed out. The eyes are dark. It's just a sinister, tired. These things are tired. These things, when they get older, they look awful. I'm gonna do a themed video on when they get old. Who's the male? Who's the female? Like Mr. U would say. Okay, I'm gonna stop quoting him. I just miss him so much. She's so posed. And Channing Tatum, like, you're going downhill, bro. Look at Clooney. It looks like he's got a chin implant. She's got such an angular jaw. And then Clooney, his jawline is almost non-existent. Like, something just doesn't add up. They're confusing the role. Not only are they confusing the roles of men and women, but they're confusing the bone structure, making people think that they are what they aren't. And my last chick of the day, I mean, that one was another smoking gun. I don't even have to say anything. It's just a wig and a dress. Like, it looks like, what was that movie with all those basketball players in dresses? That's exactly what Angela Bassett looked like. Okay. That's kind of freaky right there. It's scary. They look like they really shaved down the brow ridge though, right? It's still really square to me, but it's not as prominent as most fake men's are. I mean, just look at the husband. That looks ridiculous. One is very hard and one is soft. Whoa, it's kind of scary and sinister to me. That is very scary. And I don't want to hear nobody talking about why black people coming for black people. It ain't about race. It ain't about anything. It's about you're being lied to. You know how many women, or you know how many men loved Angela Bassett or still do and think she's so fine? What you think she... Y'all think she's so fine. Am I ruining your childhood? Am I ruining how Scylla got a groove back for you? Sorry, not sorry. And they always they have the same. All if you pay attention to celebrity poses, they always have the same pose. They all pose the same. They are taught this. They have to go to school for this ish. Look at the torso. It is hard. Women, we are not like that. Men, women are not like this. If they're like this, then they're fake women. They are fake. And people are saying, oh, she looks good for 60 or however old she is. Yeah, she looks good from the adreno, the plastic, and the hormones that she's been taking ever since whenever. That is a fake booty. It's fake. She could have did squats at least. She could have did booty workouts to get a real apple bottom, but that's fake. when will we learn it? When will we learn these things? Stop idolizing these people whose God is a woman. The reason why Ariana Grande came out with that song is because her God is a woman. Her God is both. Her God is the Baphomet. Do you understand? It's not attractive. And if anyone knows about hand symbolism, I've seen this pose a lot. I don't know what it means. A lot of celebrities do this. Don't be fooled by the fake hips back there. It's a BBL. She has a leg in front slightly to make the shape of hips, but there's no hips. But that's all we got for today. So like I said, I'm going to be doing themes. I won't be doing any lessons anytime soon. I want to get back into just making videos, and I mean, I might throw in a lesson here and there, but like I said, the next theme is going to be Disney Channel. I don't want to look at any new celebrities, any new Disney people. I really don't. I'm going to be doing old Disney stars. I also want to do a theme of they age horribly, like Versace, Donatella, whatever. I don't know. I just want to do themes like that, and I also had in mind like your favorite freaking 90s bays. I don't know. So if anybody else has any other themes, I'm thinking comedians for the guys, my favorite male actors growing up that I thought were cute, TV shows like The Challenge. There's a whole bunch of them on there. There's a whole bunch on the show that I watched. What is it called? Dynasty. Yeah, there's a whole bunch on there too. So just let me know in the comments what's good, who you would like me to cover, and then we can make it a theme of your choice, and I'll just put a whole bunch of them inside of one video. But I do want to separate the males from the females. I don't want to put both of them in the same video. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a lovely day. Wait, don't go yet. Also in the comments, I want to know if y'all have any stories, like everyday stories of people y'all see that are others. I would like to know. I think that story is interesting. I have a story about that. When I used to work at Starbucks, this woman would come in and everyone's like, "You're so fit." No, that was not a chick. Anyway, bye for real now. All right, bye.